Budget? Who wants to do a budget? Me? Not really. Who wants to know the truth about their finances? By budgeting. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to know. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Or I should say, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katina. I am the creator of Live, Life, Learn. And thank you so much for joining me again on another video, a new topic for the week. So, I have a question for y'all. Do you really know where your money goes? Like, do you really know where your money goes? Well, let's fall into budgeting so that we can find out. So, let's talk about budgeting just a little bit. Budgeting is something that I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I never truly really embrace with open arms. I actually embrace budgeting with closed arms, okay? So, it's just simply something that I was really never into, honestly. I would get paid, but not really think about budgeting anything. Okay. I would just know like what bills needed to be paid, when they needed to be paid, but I actually never committed to an actual full budget until now. Okay. My current financial situation has forced me into budgeting. Now, budgeting can sometimes be a little unsexy. It's not the most sexiest financial topic out there to talk about. I personally did not like budgeting because honestly, I just felt like it took too much time to do. But in reality, I was just a little afraid of what the budget would reveal to me. But again, I understand now that budgeting is extremely important. It's very necessary if you truly really want to know where your money's going. So the question is often asked, or I hear, or I ask myself and my husband, as a matter of fact, is I don't know where our money goes. Like, we just got paid and I have no clue where the money went. And the reason why we did not know exactly where the money went is because we were not budgeting properly or at all. I ain't gonna even say properly. I'm just saying that we were not budgeting, period. Okay. So it was just simply time to sit down and take an honest reflection of our income as well as our debt to actually understand the flow of our money here at home and the income, the actual money coming into our home and the money that's going out. That's in essence what a budget is. And so I wanted to make this video because I need it. And I often find myself as I roll back my videos and look at them, is that I learn from myself. And I feel like now that I'm in a different space in terms of my finances and my thought process and my actions, I realize that budgeting has to be a part of that process. Like, you cannot leave budgeting out if you're trying to get out of debt, or if you're just really trying to get some structure to your bills. You really can't leave out the budgeting component. That has to be a necessary component to, finding out where your money goes, to living a financially sound life, actually, is if you budget. So it doesn't matter how much money you make, how little money you make, whether you have a job or you have, let's just say for an example, if your source of income is Social Security, disability, or you get some other form of income and it's not your regular job, your regular 9 to 5 or your regular part-time job, whatever your income status is, you really need to have a budget so that you can find out exactly where your money is going. I found that since I started an actual budget, that it's interesting seeing like where your money goes. When you get paid, like if you get like direct deposit or a paper check, it's interesting in looking at the forecast of your budget to see exactly where your money is going. I think it's very important to see that. You have to see that cash flow, input and output, to understand where your money's going and how to make necessary changes so you won't be broke. Okay. So let's talk about budgeting in detail a little bit more. So I took, y'all know I'm a note taker. Okay. I've been studying, okay? And I am a true note taker. And I took some notes because I really want to get this subject matter across in a very easy way, a way that everybody can understand it. To those who are beginners, who are trying to budget or trying to figure out their money lifestyle, I wanted to make sure that the information that I convey is easily understandable. Okay, I am all about the basics. If you don't know that about me by now, I am all about the basics. Even if you are a veteran in the game and you have experience, sometimes going back to the basics is one of the best things that you can do, because you can often learn new things by returning to the basics. So, let me just explain to you guys what budgeting really is. So, what is a budget? I'm glad you asked. So, budgeting is an estimate of income and review of many of your money that's spent over, a specific time. It's an assessment of money coming in and out, okay? So basically that's what a budget is. It's just an estimate of your income, and it's an estimate of what's going out of your checking account or out of your home. It's basically what a budget is. So your budgeting starts with creating, actually, and this is something I just learned, y'all. I just learned this. So when I was doing my research. So budgeting should start actually with an emergency fund for unexpected expenses. So that is a subject matter all in its own, emergency funds, and that is going to be something that I cover on another video is emergency funds and why it's important to have one. I didn't realize that until here recently, okay? So as I said, I am learning as I go as well. So you want to start off with budgeting. I always like to start off with goals. Goals are important. I think that, if you're doing anything in life, you need to have a goal, okay? You need to have a goal, and you need to write down your goal, okay? Get your little notebook. You can get these from the Dollar Tree or Michael's or Target or wherever you shop, okay? Get you a notebook and write down some of the goals that you have in mind for yourself financially, or whatever the case may be, okay? That's going to require some money, okay? So you need to start with a goal in mind, in my little old opinion, okay? On budgeting. So when I started the budgeting process, the actual real budgeting process, because I really wanted to know where my money is going, I started off with a goal in mind. And the goal for me was I wanted to see where exactly is my money going after I get paid. I don't want to have I don't want to think about, like, I think I know where my money's going, or I don't want to have any assumptions. There we go. There's the word. I didn't want to assume or have assumptions on where I believe my money was going. I actually wanted to literally see where it was headed. So I figured that although budgeting is not all that sexy and glamorous, and it requires just a little bit of your time, but it's worth your time, I decided that, it's time for me to sit down and get serious about budgeting. And so I decided that I wanted to look in some research and see what budgeting really consists of. Because sometimes we think we know what something is, but in reality, it is not that thing. So I wanted to, just find out a little bit more about budgeting a bit more. So you want to establish some type of account at the bank. Number one, when it's budgeting time, you want to go ahead, if you don't already, most people do, but I figure I'll mention it now again. You want to start with having a open account at a bank or credit union, a savings or checking account, whatever that thing may be. So you want to start there first. And so when it comes to tracking your money, there's so many different ways that you can do that, and I'm going to go over that in detail on the different ways that are beginner friendly, okay? Something that's friendly for beginners, in which you can track down your money and see where it's actually going. And it's been an eye-opening experience to me to see exactly, now that I'm serious and for real though, where my money is going. So it's been very interesting in learning that and seeing that as I get paid and really looking at it and tracking it down. So after you've established your goal and you have opened up an account at the bank, if you don't already have one, you can then start to plan out your budget, okay? So the way I do it, and you can do it however works for you, but listen, as I stated, I like to work from a beginner's point of view on some things so that I can get a better understanding as I progress in advance, right? So starting from the beginning for me is very necessary and crucial. So I wanted to just know from the jump, we know where my money was headed, right? Right. So what you want to do is figure out, I like to work on my bills and things like that, like the day before I get paid, right? So the day before I get paid, I literally have a seat at the table, preferably when everybody's asleep because I can focus. And I like to write down all of my bills. Now, you can budget monthly, right? I don't like to do that. I don't like to budget from a month to month basis because things change and fluctuate with my budget. So there's different ways you can structure a budget. You can structure a budget month by month. You can structure a budget bi-weekly according to your pay period, or if you get paid weekly, you can structure a budget in that way. So for me, a monthly budget doesn't work. And what I realized, you guys, like I have a budget planner right here. Oh, if y'all can see it, the lighting this. Okay, this budget planner. Okay, I love it. It's a really nice planner, actually. Um, it's very detailed, okay, but yet easy and user friendly that I got from Amazon. Most budgets are monthly budgets, especially when they come in this format. They are monthly budgets, but again, I'm not a monthly budgeter. I am a paycheck budgeter. So I like to budget things based in around my pay period, and for me, that will be bi-weekly. So what I would typically do is whatever day you get paid, whatever day of the week it is, you want to take the day before that and get you a drink or whatever you like, whatever that is. Get you a little cute drink and just have a seat at the table in a quiet space where you can think and have a clear mind, where you're calm and you're not stressed, okay? Whether it be in your bedroom, as I am right now, doing this video, okay? Or either, wherever you can find a quiet space and a good drink and just sit down and figure out your budget, right? Do it the day before you get paid. And what you want to do is get your little piece of paper. I'm a paper person. And I literally write down everything that is due within that pay period, okay? Because again, I don't have a consistent budget, right? I don't. My budget changes based on my pay period. And what I mean by that is that there are some bills that I pay on my first check, okay, of the month, and there are some bills that I cover on that second check for the month. So therefore, that's why monthly budgets don't work for me. I can't do it monthly. I tried it, and it ain't it. Not for me. It is not my homie. Okay, a monthly budget is not my homie. I need a 2-week budget homie. So I figured that working a budget around my pay period would be suffice, and it would be sufficient, and it would be more in line with what's happening with my money. So what I do is I always find me a quiet space, and I get very serious about this thing, and I start to write down the bills that I need to pay that are coming up due within the next few weeks based on that particular paycheck. So I look at my bills. I got my calendar. Y'all, I be having everything out. I got this out, this planner. I have a calculator out. I got my phone out. I got my Google spreadsheets up on my computer. And I got me a little piece of paper that I'm writing on with my notepad, because I'm writing down all of the bills that are due within that pay period parameter time frame, right? So let's see. For an example, my payday is coming up. And so right now, what is it, Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. I'm already thinking about what bills need to be paid within this pay period parameter, right? So I'm thinking about, okay, I need to save this X amount of dollars. I need to put this amount in savings. And I have these specific bills that are due that I have to pay within the next couple of weeks because of the deadline, right? your credit card payments, your rent, your mortgage, if you have that, anything like if you have daycare expenses that you need to pay, whatever it is, everybody budgets is different. Everybody doesn't have the same type of budget, and everybody has a different method of a budget plan. I just wanted to give you guys options on that you don't have to stick with a monthly budget because that confused the hell out of me. Okay, it really did. So you can do it in a way that is conducive to your pay period and your financial lifestyle. So I typically just like to sit down and just really assess what is due with that around that pay period and take care of those bills there. The other thing that I like to do is when our mortgage is due, I try to take my husband and I, we split the mortgage. Okay, we do split that mortgage. So what I try to do is take out the mortgage that first pay period of the month, and I will put it away and save it and have that out the way. Now, for some reason, if my money is very tight for whatever the reasons, I have some extra expenses that popped up, I then will split that payment if I can. I will save a portion of the mortgage out of one check and the portion out of the second check of the month. And so therefore, by the time the mortgage date rolls around, I have my half already put away. Okay. But what I really strive for when it comes to paying rent or mortgage, you guys, is to try to take that chunk of money out, whatever that is, if you can, out of that first paycheck you get a month or whatever the last, however your pay periods fall. Okay, you need to look at and be aware and cognizant of your pay periods and budgeting. They go hand in hand. All right, but that's how I figure out budgeting. In terms of groceries, I have a budget for that, and I'm going to show you guys actually different ways, different, I guess, different types of ways, yes, that you can budget, like different tools. There we go. Different tools that you can use to budget. Okay, so you can use a budget planner like I have here, or either you could use Google Spreadsheets on your computer or your phone if you have access to that. And that is one of the things that I use. And then you can also use different apps that I'm going to go over that are budget friendly. Okay, you guys, this is my son calling. He's just got out of school. Hold on a second. Honey, can you call Michael? He's calling me. Oh, sorry. I thought I paused this. But um, again, there's different ways that you can budget. You can use old school paper. That's me. You can use Google Docs. I use that too. You could go and you can use some budget friendly apps that are free. Okay. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video too. So I just wanted to give you a variety of options for budgeting that is great for beginners. That's not hard because everybody, let's just be honest, we live in a very technical, logical world, very tech savvy and all of that. However, girls and guys, everybody just can't get on board with that, right? Everybody is not into using apps to figure out their income and try to figure out their money flow at all. So I just want to offer a variety of ways that you can keep track of your money and budget, but yet it still be effective. That's why I like to give a variety of options for that, because I don't want people to feel like they can't, they don't understand it and a budgeting app, or maybe they don't have access to it for whatever the reasons. And so I'll always like to provide different options for different things. And in this case, different ways that you can budget for free, okay, or very, very low cost budgeting ideas. So I'm going to show you guys a clip at some point in this video about different ways that you can do a budgeting that's effective and free or very, very low cost to you. So yes, you want to get on board with one of those different methods and start your budgeting process. That's why I titled this video Fall into Budget. You get it? Because it's now fall and we're falling into a new season. So we should fall into budgets too, right? We should fall into budget since we're falling into a new season, okay? So we can do that thing together, right? Right. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys, I'm going to insert a clip of different types of budgeting tools and ideas that you can utilize so that you can get your money right, so you can find out exactly where your money is going. Okay, guys, so I wanted to just show you, as promised, an example of what my budget looks like. So for me, I have been using the Google Sheets for actually since June. Yes, I started using Google Sheets since June of this year. And I found that this is a great way for me to utilize my budget and for me to like create my biweekly budget. So the good thing about the Google Sheets, and I'll zoom in a little bit, hopefully you can see. Let me zoom in there. You can actually alter this sheet on Google Docs. You just go on it's connected with your Google on your Google apps, and this is a free document that you can acquire as well as many other documents that you can get from the Google App Store. But again, this is from Google Docs spreadsheet, and I like it because you can make the necessary changes to the sheet that will work for you. So originally, actually, this would say monthly budget, but as you can see, I had changed it to a biweekly. And so it pretty much is self-explanatory. It's pretty easy for you to alter and change. So just to kind of give you guys an example of what my biweekly budget looks like, I make the changes to reflect my pay. So I start with my starting balance here. And this is from September, you guys. I'm actually working on October now. But I start with my starting balance here. Hold on, I'm just grabbing a pen. Oops. I start with the starting balance, and it's 1738. And then I have here my expenses here, and I'm going to show you how it breaks it down and how it arrived at this number. I have two sheets here, and then in this area here has your starting balance here, and it has your increase in total savings and savings month. And then you apply your input your income here, your planned income, and what your actual is. And basically, your planned income is really what your payroll is, your net take home pay is, and then your actual income is what if you have any extra monies in your account before you get paid, or maybe you're getting paid, have another source of income coming in, you just put your actual there. Okay, so that those two numbers might be different. Okay, but in this case, they are the same. And so it does a breakdown for you on this spreadsheet. It provides that breakdown, and you can make changes to the categories, which is what I do every time I get paid. I literally make changes to the category. So as you can see here, I have food here, and I just go in and just change the categories. Really simple. And I plan $100 for food, and it has the actual column and the difference column. And this is the area, y'all, in which I need to work on is the food category. My food is grocery bill or grocery budget is always off. I'm always over the limit when I go to the grocery store. So I need to put more money here. All right. So this pay period, I had to pay the water bill. I popped that in there. I have a monthly payment for the chiropractor. I take that out. It comes out automatically at $69 a month. Listen, you have to invest in your body. Okay, that's extremely important. That is a necessary line item right here. Is to go see the chiropractor 4 times a month. So this automatically comes out monthly. The $69 fee, and I have no problems with paying it because you only get one body. This is all we get. So you need to take care of your body. Invest in your body, do what you need to do so that you can feel better both mentally and physically. So I decided to put some money here. And then I had my phone bill, which was $157, and then my gas. As you can see, a personal line item here is $100. And I might adjust this personal down because I find now when I take the $100 out of my account for personal, I'm very tight with it. I barely don't touch it. I just kind of nibble off of it for the couple of weeks. And then I have a vacation fund that pulls out of my account every pay period of $50. So, and I'm going to talk up to you guys about vacation funds and things of that nature when I talk about savings overall and emergency funds, vacation funds, Christmas clubs, or whatever. And then this is the sewer here. I have paid the sewer bill, so I took that out and put that in a line item, the plan category. Then I have my car note here at 270. I have an affirm balance account, so I have a payment that was due at $42, and I try to pay them early. My Apple credit card, I only owe $3, y'all. Whew, that was it. That was my balance, just three lonely dollars. And then my PayPal a credit card, $14. That's all. That was just my balance. I don't. Is it a zero balance? So I have a couple of things coming out of my that's auto draft, I should say, from my PayPal account, which is Microsoft monthly. So I already paid this, and everything on here has been paid because this was last pay period, which was like a couple of weeks ago. And then I have my life insurance here, and then I have another life insurance there. So we have life insurance for everyone in the family. That is so, so necessary. Life insurance is of the utmost importance, and we have life insurance for everyone in this house. Okay, that's a big deal to me. And then we have our car insurance here. I have a JCPenney credit card in which I just pay $26 a month. I'm going to start doubling that payment so I can just simply get rid of it. But I won't start the doubling of a payment until I paid off a couple more credit cards. I have an Express credit card that I want to go away as well. That's the monthly payment for that. And I have just recently started putting money on my Cash App card. And the reason why I do that is because I really do it for my husband and son. I work a second job. And sometimes you guys, they just don't want to cook. It's so funny. It's like when I am not here, y'all, they act like they don't know what to cook or how to cook. So I decided that I had a little bit of wiggle room in my budget to just start putting $100 on the Cash App for them so that sometimes when I'm at work in the evening, they can just go get something to eat. So I started doing that, and that's not a problem. And then over here in this category, the plan and actual category, now that is the income side of the first page, okay? So this category right here is a reflection of this right here, all right? So for savings, I have zero, and this is a whole thing right here, okay? I have my paycheck amount here, okay, and it stays the same because I'm salary. And then it have bonuses, interest was always zero, okay, and then what's left over. I created this category of what's left, and basically what that means is how much I have left after I pay all of my bills. So the great thing about Google Sheets is that you don't have to get a calculator out. You really don't. And that's a beautiful thing. It actually adds up everything for you, okay? So after I put all of my planned expenses into the sheet, the spreadsheet, it just calculates everything for me. And so what happened was that the total amount of my expenses for like 2 weeks ago is this amount, 1,494. Okay, that was my total expenses. And in terms of my income was here, okay? And I had a little bit of money extra left over in my account, so I just calculated it all together. And what I was left with was this amount right here, okay? After I paid all of the bills that you see listed here. So this is just one way of how I record my expenses is by using, this is probably like my favorite way, to be honest. I've gotten so used to this method of a spreadsheet that I really enjoy using it because, again, you guys, it's free and it's accessible. I can get to it on my phone. I can get to it on my laptop, my desktop, and I can just simply go in and make the necessary changes to the categories that I'm paying. So for an example, this upcoming pay period, these categories are going to be different. This is why I like to do a biweekly budget because these categories, they change based on my pay period. So because of that reason alone, you could just simply go in and do what you need to do to make the changes to reflect your current pay period status. So yes, so this is my method. This is my main method of using, of budgeting. I use Google Sheets, right? Okay, so the other option that you guys have for budgeting is a budget planner. Now, I tried this before, okay? And I think I tried it maybe a couple of years ago, and I'll zoom out just a bit. to use a budget planner, and I do like it. I have nothing against it. I like things that are pretty. But I found 2 years ago, apparently I wasn't ready yet. I just bought the planner, not this one, but I bought another planner about 2 years ago. I started using the budget planner, but you guys, I fell all the way off. I just stopped, period. I stopped doing anything with the budget planner. And I think the reason why is because I wasn't ready yet, like I am now. I'm ready now. So I've actually started using this planner, and I do like it. The great thing about this one, it provides spaces, a lot more categories and areas for you to write. So for an example, for this one, um, I like paper. We talked about that, but I was able to write down my goal one of my financial goals, and my penmanship is not the best. But for an example, for the month of October is where I'm starting to use this budget planner. And so for October, one of my October goals financially is to pay off my Nordstrom's credit card, in which I've already done. So thank God, yay for me. I did that with God's help, of course, and I paid it off. So this is finished, okay? It's done. And I was able to do this because of my second job, all right? I didn't use any money from my main job. It was my second job that allowed me to go ahead and tackle this balance, which was originally it was like a little over $1,400, but I was able to get it down to $1,023.23, and then I just paid it off like yesterday. So that's gone. And then the other goal that I put on here, actually my second line item goal is to deposit $500 in a savings account. And basically that's for my mortgage. And then the money challenge that I'm engaged in right now is two of them. That is the $20 per week for 26 weeks. You can find that on my YouTube channel, please. And then the second one is the $2 per day for 60-day savings challenge. Please check that out and join me with either one of those challenges, okay? Or if you just want to watch it and join me at a later time, you can do that as well. That is perfectly fine. But I just try to minimize my goals for the month, because I don't want to get overwhelmed and disappointed if I don't achieve them. And every month is different. Sometimes I hit all my goals, sometimes I don't. But I'm grateful for the goals that I'm able to achieve. So those are my October goals. It's just only 3 financially. And I have personal goals too. Okay, so the other side over here is my financial strategy. And I just love the questions that they ask in this budget planner. It says actions to earn more money. So I put my actions that I want to do for the month of October to earn more money. One is my side hustle, which is I call my second job side hustle. And then the other one, you guys, is DoorDash. And that's a whole nother thing. Okay, I love DoorDash. I love it. I'm going to make a video about DoorDash. I like it. Okay, this is something I jumped into. My niece was doing DoorDash, and I just was like, okay, I kind of like DoorDash a little bit. And I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about DoorDashers, and I was watching people at my second job because I work at a cafe bakery, and they were, dashers coming in picking up orders, and I was like, I think I want to try this DoorDash thing. I think that's going to be fun. And y'all, it is fun to me. You can do it at your convenience. DoorDash is 24 hours, 7 days a week. You could just get on out there. If you're driving down the street and you're ready to dash, you can just hit dash now. So I love it. It's actually relaxing to me because I like to drive. Okay. So anyway, that is that on my actions that I'm going to take to earn extra money, which is my second job, and a little bit of door dashing twice a week. And then actions to cut expenses. Now this is a big one, okay? For my actions to cut expenses, y'all, I'm going to reduce my food waste because this is so crazy. Like, this is so disappointing. We waste a lot of food around here, unfortunately. And I feel bad when it happens, and I want to stop that. I want to work on that, reducing food waste. And then reduce family eating out. Oh my gosh. Now, I personally don't eat out as much. Really, because it does nothing for me. I think it's because I'm burnt out on eating out. It's not exciting unless I go to a high-end restaurant, like a J. Gilbert Steakhouse or something. But because they're so expensive, I don't go often, probably twice a year. But I really personally don't eat out. That would be my husband and my son that eat out, especially when I'm at work. Again, they just are at a loss in the kitchen when I'm not home. So, for an example, for today, I am off work. It's Wednesday. And so I'm going to cook. I make sure that when I am home in the evenings, I cook. So I'll be cooking dinner tonight or soon, pretty soon. And they're excited about it. So we need to work on reducing family eating out. I need to get them together and then focus on grocery list and sticking to it. I have a bad habit, y'all, of not sticking to a grocery list. It is a mess. Okay, so I'm Lord help me. I'll be out of control at the grocery store and I be having a list, y'all. I still be overbuying, especially at Whole Foods. It's just be terrible. So that's an area where I need to cut my expenses, okay? And then quickly at this section, this is a savings tracker, and I simply just put in my money challenges, my challenges that I'm doing. So I have like the dates in which I need to put money in the account here, or take money out of my account, I should say, and put it into my little jars for my little savings challenge, which is we talked about the $20 a week for 26 weeks and the $2 a day for 60 days. So I just wrote all that down so I can just be on target with these dates. I want to try to be consistent, okay? We talked about that. But it provides a lot of space for your saving tracker area. And then what else do we have in here? Oh, yes, this is good, y'all. So this one has a debt tracker. This is great for your debts and stuff like that. You can track those out really nicely because you want to write down what your debts are, what your name of the debt, the date, the amount paid, the starting balances, the minimum payments, and your balances. So this is a really good one to track all of the money that's going out in terms of the bills that you have to pay and the debts that you currently have. And then it gets to your monthly and your year. And you can see what I'm saying, that it's really a monthly budgeting planner. I just make it bi-weekly. And you can break down your categories over here. Like this is my October, and this is just based on a 2-week pay period. So I know that for the upcoming pay period, I have to pay the water bill, phone bill again is due. I got maintenance, and I have for the house, and I have waste removal is this due. And then I never really total these up, y'all. I don't total them up because it changes. I'm always adding something or taking something away, but I'm doing more adding than taking away. So I don't like to subtotal this out yet. I wait until I pretty much know that I've gotten everything taken, paid or whatnot, and then I'll go through this again and make sure everything is kind of in line. And so I look at my budget on Google Docs probably 2 to 3 times a week. I feel like I'm obsessed with the thing. But this is something I just started. This is new. All right. So I have my groceries to $400 now, eating out at $150, and then it goes on from there. So I have my insurance here, okay, and this is all health related, my medical and dental, and then I have car payments like transportation and things of that nature there, and maintenance also, okay. So that is that. And then it has other categories over here, like personal care category there, your loans, any loans that you may have, hobbies that you may want to engage in, and then other categories. So provide you with another space for other, all right? So that is that. And it also has a daily expense category. So this planner, you guys, is nice because it has all of these different categories. And because I love paper, I want to start using this for real, because I'm at a different space, okay? So the last thing, or next to the last thing I want to show you guys are these cash envelopes. Aren't they beautiful? These are so cute. I do like these. So I try to fill these guys up every time I get paid. I have slipped a little bit on the cash envelope, but I want to get back into it because I do put money away. I just need to put it in an envelope. That's what I really need to do. So this is just an extra cash envelope. You can create these based upon what you need it for. This is for extra cash, okay? This one is for groceries, okay? And then you can simply put the month and the budget and the actual on the back. Now, I just started using cash only at the grocery stores because once I run out of cash, that's it. I don't have nothing else to offer. I'm starting to get to a point to where I don't even take debit or credit cards it's definitely not credit cards, but like my ATM, I try to leave that at home. So you can definitely do, for me, what works for me, and I'm starting to get this, is utilizing money in this cash envelope for groceries and then being done with that. But again, I'm working on this still. It's still a challenge area. And then I have a dining out envelope that I created. Although I'm using Cash App, I still like to throw some money up in here, even if it's just $20. You can always use it for something else. You can take the money out of one envelope and put it into another if you need to do that. So that's a nice feature to have as well. And then I will show you, insert some apps, some user-friendly budgeting apps that are free to a degree. For the most part, they're free, unless you want to upgrade, of course. But I like the Mint app. I have that one on my phone that I downloaded. And there's a couple of more that I'm just simply going to insert my little snapshots of the apps, because you might want to just simply use an app to budget. If that works for you, if you're more of a tech person, paper may not work for you. So the budgeting apps such as Mint is, oh my gosh, you guys, just a beginner friendly app. Very nice. Love it a lot. Easy to use. I will insert a couple of pictures showing you those particular apps. So that is how I budget. This is what I utilize, all of these things. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, give you some options and some ideas on ways to create and start your budgeting journey, okay? You can do it however you like. So whatever works for you, please do that. Okay, guys, I am back, and I hope that information that I share with you about the different ways and tools, I should say, that you can utilize to begin your budgeting journey. I hope that was helpful, showing you the different apps and also different ways that you can get your money right and see where your money's going. That's always a big deal, right? Is where's my money going? Really, where is it headed? Well, starting a budget is definitely going to help you with that, and utilizing that, whether you do apps or a actual monthly planner or a planner in general, or you use Google Docs, you just use some daggone paper. You know, it's a good way to get started in trying to figure out exactly where your money is going. And one of the things that's what was revealing to me about budgeting is that I got an opportunity to see where my money was going. Okay, I really got a chance to see where things were headed, where I was overspending or underspending. I was able to really track my money and see and found out, y'all, that if I made adjustments to my budget, like my spending, that I literally had money left over that I didn't think I had. So, you know, it's amazing when you sit down and do something that you sometimes don't want to do, how that's beneficial to you. So sometimes there are things that you don't want to do that you truly need to do because it's beneficial to your day to day. And budgeting is just simply one of those things for me. I was not interested in trying to figure out no budget. I said that I didn't have time, but we make time for everything else. So I figured that a budget can be very useful to me and to others as well. So just simply taking 20 minutes out of your day to do a budget is very important to do, and it's very necessary. Okay, I have a visitor in here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all might hear a little something, something. But it's very important to just get started on the process of budgeting. However you start, you know, whatever tool that works best for you. But figuring out and finding out exactly where your money is going is a very enlightening thing, right? So you get and realize that, you know what, I'm eating out too much. I've spent X amount of dollars eating out, and I realized this week, and I've realized that I've spent too much on eating out. Or maybe you budgeted for eating out and entertainment, and you didn't budget enough. So on the next pay period, maybe you can budget a little bit more than that if your budget can allow for that. Groceries is another issue. I know it is for our household, in which we don't budget enough for groceries, right? And so because we don't budget enough for groceries, you find yourself eating out because you don't have enough in your house to eat. Or maybe you're just not interested in what you have to eat, and so you're out buying food and things like that and spending money unnecessarily. So, you know, you get an opportunity to take a glance, I should say, at where you're putting your money at outside of bills. We all know that we have standard bills to pay, right? We got our rent, we got our mortgage, we have our utilities and things of that nature. We got personal care items we got to deal with. If you got a car, we got to put gas in the car, right? Okay, those things are necessary things that we have to do. But once you sit down and look at that discretionary spending, that money that you be kicking it with, eating out, going out. It's amazing how much money you'll sit there and look at it and you be like, damn, I spent that much on shopping, or I spent that much eating out this week or the last 2 weeks. So that's why, having that budget and planning your expenses is key to getting yourself out of debt and getting yourself on good ground with your finances and having control over your money. I talked about that earlier in another video, is having control over your finances. That's you. That is your responsibility. You don't want anybody else to have control over your money. You don't want bills, okay? You don't want creditors. You don't want bills to have control over your finances. You really, truly don't. You want to take control over your own finances. You want to decide exactly where your money is going and how much is going there. And to me, the only way that you can really do that effectively and be in control is through budgeting, okay? It is the only way, in my little old opinion, based on my own personal experience, because I am an expert in my own personal experiences. For me, I know that budgeting has allowed me to see exactly what's happening with my money, where my money is really going, right? That's what budgeting has allowed me to do. And it has allowed me to make some changes in how I budget my money and where things go, where my money is going in different categories and in different groups and stuff like that. It has allowed me to see that. And actually, you know what? Budgeting has allowed me to save a little bit more. It has allowed me to save a little bit more money as well, because girl, let me tell you, and guys, let me tell you, your girl has gotten a little tight with her change, okay? Since I have discovered the joys of budgeting and the importance of budgeting, I've pulled back a little bit tighter, okay? Like I'm pulling up some Spanx. That's how I pull it together with this here budget, So I pulled it tight. I pulled it a little bit tighter, okay? I put some Spanx on my budget, okay? I put a girdle on my budget because I got tired of my money just flying out the house and flying out of I should just say flying out of my checking account, however and whenever, okay? It was a little loose. It was too loose. So I had to snatch it back with some girdles, a budget girdle and a budget spank, okay? So that's what I have done, and that's how budgeting has helped me to kind of curtail and take control of my money and where it's going. So again, I'm gonna wrap this video up by saying, if you have not fallen into budget, please start and go ahead and fall into budgeting right now, okay? So that you could stop saying, I don't know where my money's going. Okay, I don't know, I just got paid and my money gone already. So that you can stop saying that and literally know where your money's going. You need to probably give your budget, like I did myself, a lipo, okay? Your budget, I know that my budget needed to have lipo. Okay, I had to suck it in, right? Because I had to figure out exactly where my money was headed, where it was going, what I needed to change. Okay, I needed to change my behavior, and I needed to be consistent and disciplined about my actions and my thinking and my mindset and my money. Those things work hand in hand together. Your actions, your mindset, okay, and your discipline is extremely important to have a peace of mind with your finances and stability with your finances, okay? It might be a wreck in the beginning, but once, I promise you, y'all, this is one thing I can say, I can promise you. Once you get your budget together and you figure out how to budget from the basic levels, it is popping from there. You're going to be so excited that you are knowing exactly where your money's going and you can make those changes so you can keep more money in your pocket. It's going to be exciting to you, and you're going to want to keep going with this budget, all right? You're going to be better and better, and you're going to be excited to sit down at your, before your pay period, the day before you get paid, is to figure out what needs to be paid, and then you're going to be able to realize, hey, you know what? Damn, I got some money left this pay period that I had no clue I had left. So do give budgeting a chance. Fall into budgeting, okay? It's not bad. I've realized she is that girl, okay? It's just fall into it, Take control over your money and stop allowing bills and creditors to take control of your money. You do that. You take control of your money. You work hard for it. So you deserve and you need to have control over your money. Period. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. And remember to like, comment, share, please, and subscribe to my little YouTube channel. I really appreciate y'all's support. And yes, you guys have an amazing day. It is a beautiful day outside. Wherever you're at, I hope it's beautiful. Every day is beautiful, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.